investment banking.
Welcome to this special edition of Idea Lab. We have a very special guest with us today, General Stanley McChrystal, retired four-star general of the U.S. Army. When he retired, he was the commander-in-chief of all American and coalition forces in Afghanistan. He's also the author of a very important and interesting book about leadership called Team of Teams. General, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now let's go back to 2004 when you took command of the Joint Special Operations Task Force. Here you were in charge of an incredibly well-trained, well-armed, incredibly technologically advanced force, fighting against an elusive enemy that wasn't nearly as well-equipped. And yet, things were not going very well. What was the problem?
That's right. And if you look, there shouldn't have been a problem. I was a 28-year veteran, a major general at the time. I'd been to war before, so I had some experience. The force I led, however, was extraordinary. It had really been formed in the ashes of the failed Iranian rescue mission in 1980, and we had focused on taking SEALs and Army Special Forces and Rangers and forming them into the best selected, exquisitely trained, fully resourced organizations probably the U.S. has ever fielded. And with the rise of technology, maybe the most effective small teams ever created in the military. So if you take this force that I was proud to be a part of against Al-Qaeda in Iraq, which relatively speaking was under-resourced, loosely organized, and at that point unevenly led, there should have been no contest. But in reality, what we found is, although we had these discrete organizations of excellence and we could do everything we had been taught with precision and relatively speaking speed, having a bunch of good teams under the command of an element does not equal having a team of teams, does not equal having a network that learns together, reacts organically, and can adapt. And that's exactly what our enemy was. Not by design, I think, but they were the unconscious recipients of a new environment. Because if you look at original or traditional terrorist groups, they operate in small cells. And they do that for security so that they can protect themselves. That allows them to be very insular and very focused, but it also makes them slow. It makes doing certain things very hard. It makes getting around and doing things fast difficult. It also makes scaling difficult because the challenges of security come so fast. Al-Qaeda, however, used existing information technology, the rise of cell phones, the internet, just faster communications and faster transportation. And they rode this wave to create this network of associations that was franchise-like. And so instead of a traditional hierarchy where information goes from the bottom and moves its way to the top, and then brilliant people at the top make a decision and they send directives down, it was organic, and they made decisions at the point of action really empowered with an understanding of what the overall organization's goals were. And it made them very resilient and very adaptable.